What's up, guys? So I'm here, and I've been testing around with the new vampires. Been having a small bit of issue. I've had a few incarnations of the deck, just trying to make it work. I think Bus Fair posted saying, oh, this looks like it could be good, but he himself, he's good at this. He's having issues trying to make it good, but I think I've got a good setup for it. It's working pretty well. I only got one good duel so far, but we open up well enough with Sorcerer and Compulsory. If you can get a first turn Vampire Sorcerer, then you're set up pretty well. But he's playing Dark Worlds. He didn't draw it into anything, so he passed his first turn with just the Gores in hand, so it's still pretty good. I end up sacrificing Sorcerer to bring out Shadow, and then using Shadow to go into Lord, and then just getting in the damage. Poking with Lord, still, continuously choosing. Best this format, if I don't know what my opponent is playing, is to choose traps. Giving them monsters in the graveyard is almost never good. And then you might face the odd spellbook, and giving them spells in the graveyard also hurts too. But I prematurely activate Vampire Shift when he activates Gates. And when he activates Gates, I activate Vampire Shift to get Empire out, and then resummon Sorcerer. I think the smart thing to do would have been to play that with in the battle phase, so I could get some unexpected pluses off of Empire. But regardless, he had played Card Destruction and got Silva and double Silva off of that, and then on the Snow he was able to I think grab Gates. So using Gates effect to banish the Snow to get out to Dvorak. I didn't want that to happen. Just the fact that it was honestly a big misplay on his part, getting rid of his 3 big beaters there to get Dvorak out. So, but I just compulsed Dvorak, leaving him just with the Gores and the token, and I activate Compulse to put that back in his hand, and then he crashes the token into Vampire Lord. And then here, still doing pretty well. He has a pro set Monster Born. Luckily drew into Empire at that point, so we now have Live Lord along with Shadow Vampire. And I use Lord's effect to get Trap card. He's oddly main decking a Skill Drain, which works very well in Dark Worlds as it is, so I do not blame him. But yep, we attack with the Lord and Shadow Vampire. He gets his Gores along with the Gores token. So I go into Bram, just because we do have the field spell on the field, and during damage step he's at 3,000, so it's pretty good. Being new cards, he forgets about it, so Bram goes up to 3,000, and he kills Gores on it, activates Dark Hole, and I'm left with an open field, and 1 card in hand and Empire in the field, but that's still not half bad. I can definitely deal with that. Cool tech card for this is that I go into Common Lion, or Common Leon, using him to summon Shadow Vampire, and then going into the level 9 Overwrought Castle, which even at that point, it's a 3100 beater, so it's really good. Common Lion is becoming one of my favorite tech cards in decks that can actually run it, just because you can go into easy level 8s, level 9s, or anything at that point. He luckily draws into a tour guide going into Zedmains, but I use Sorcerer's effect to get out Lord, and then attack through the 2 Zedmains materials, main phase 2, setting Trapple as bait, which is exactly what I was hoping. I didn't really want to lose my monsters, and he pops it with Zedmains. So he draws into Mystical Space Typhoon, popping my field spell, which is okay at this point. Drawing the Lance, and then just attack through his monsters. Attack that with Overwrought just because I knew it could destroy it, and then Vampire Lord. and then Setting Lance, just in case he wanted to try and attack into Vampire Lord. He draws into Darkspawn, and he has Snow in hand, so he just called GG at that point, and I was like, Pyramid Turtle for game. So yeah, there's that, and we will go to the deck profile really quick. Let's see. Okay, so this is after a good bit of extensive testing, trying to figure out what would work. Just between things, and I first just started out like with kind of the theme of the deck, and I teched in some good things and stuff I might need and stuff like that. But we run a double Vampire Grace. She is pretty dang good. There's a 2,000 life point cost to get her out, pretty normally, but it's kind of like the better version of Vampire Lord. She's still only a 1 sacrifice. You can get her out for free with Vampire Sorcerer, and then without attacking, you're able to use the you choose a monster spell or trap, and then send that from your opponent's deck to the graveyard, which obviously triggers Vampire and everything, but we'll get to that. Triple of the Vampire Lord, just because he is the easy pair to Shadow Vampire. But he's also the original, why there is now a Vampire archetype. But with him, it's a 1 sack 2,000, and then when it inflicts damage to your opponents, you can select a monster spell or trap, and your opponent sends it from their deck to the graveyard. And then also, when it's destroyed and sent from the field to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, it's special summoned to your side of the field at the next standby phase. So that's pretty good. If they want to play Dark Hole on it or anything of that nature, you get it back. We have the triple Shadow Vampire, which is kind of, him and Sorcerer make the deck. They make it really good. Well, we already had that talk. Not really good, but it gives it synergy. It gives it the ability to run, actually. But when Shadow Vampire is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 Dark Vampire from the hand or deck, except for himself. And then only that monster can attack, which is kind of the big downside, in my opinion. But, you drop him, summon Vampire Lord, attack, and then main phase 2 Xyz into a Dark rank 5. We have the double Zombie Master, just because this is a zombie deck. This allows us to go into rank 4s and also slightly set up the graveyard for future plays. And then more importantly, he has 0 defense for Common Lion. A single Mizuki, because that's all we're allowed. A zombie deck would not be good without Mizuki. He's able to trigger Vampire Grace's effect. You can use him, some Vampire Lord, or pretty much Vampire Lord or Shadow Vampire if you really want. And then it would trigger Vampire Grace. I had one duel where I got a Grace, and then with Mizuki, and then use the other Grace's effect to get the other one out. But I wasn't running rank 6s at the time, so that was kind of sad. But yeah, Mizuki's really good, especially because he doesn't have any level or attack or defense restrictions, just 1 zombie. Double Common Lion, as I mentioned before, Shadow Vampire and Zombie Master are your targets, so you can go into level 9s or level 8s. It gives pretty good versatility to the deck. Triple Vampire Sorcerer, as I said earlier, he's a beast of a recruiter. Pretty much you get him first turn, you set, you can search for Shadow Vampire when it's destroyed, and then you use his own effect to get Shadow Vampire out. Pretty much he is a free rank 5. And then double Pyramid Turtle, I was running Goblin Zombie, but I hadn't realized that adds it to the hand. Pyramid Turtle is in here pretty much when it's another 2 copies of Vampire Sorcerer. And then just a double Veiler. Actually, I don't know. I don't really have room in the extra deck because there's such diverse amount of levels in this deck as it is, that it's kind of hard to, say, put in a level 5 Synchro or a level 6 or 7. It would just really clog this up. But that's it for the monsters. We're running double Book of Life just because it is a Monster Reborn with an added bonus for zombies. 1 Dark Hole, 1 Pot of Avarice as far as general staples, and then a Foolish Barrel, just a single because that's what you're allowed. You can either ditch your Vampire Sorcerer to get a free tribute, ditch your Grace to use her effect later, or even ditch out Shadow Vampire or a Zombie Master if you have a common lion in hand. Double Lance, mainly for, say they have a 2700 or lower. They attack into Vampire Lord when you don't even have the field spell, and then you can just lance it, their monster's destroyed, and you get the plus off of Vampire Lord. Double Call the Mummy. I think this is going to become essential, because it's any one zombie, so you can get a free special summon out of Vampire Lord, or you can drop Pyramid Turtle, or anything, so you can get a normal summon off of Shadow Vampire if you don't have a sorcerer in the grave. So I think it's pretty essential for that, just for this deck. It's pretty much Call the Mummy is the Treeborn Frog, as it were. Triple the field spell. Again, this makes it good. It gives all your zombies a good amount of boost during the damage step, and then when Grace's effect or Lord's effect goes off, then you're able to destroy a card on the field, and then put a Dark Vampire in the grave. So you can get your Grace, you can get your Sorcerer, etc. And then just a double Bottomless, triple Compulse for staple traps, and then triple Shift. I'm probably going to take this down, but it is really good. Running a field spell, you need your terraformings. This is what it does, but even better. But I think, like in my chain beat, I only run 2 terraformings for the 3 field spells, so we could possibly take this out for something better. As far as the extra deck, I'm running double Ogre Rock Castles. Again, summoning common line when you have a Shadow Vampire in the field is a free level 9 Synchro. So he's really good. Usually, in this deck especially, you just drop it, the common lion and the Shadow Vampire, and it's a 3100 beat stick. Nothing to scoff at all. And then for level 8s, we have a Crimson Blader Scrap Dragon. Dark End Dragon, just because we're able to run it, because as far as the level 8s, it's pretty much common line and Zombie Master. So we are able to use a Dark End Dragon, which is a good free pop, and then a Stardust. We have 2 rank 6s for the possible Vampire Grace play, and just depending on what you need. 1 Bouncer, and then 1 Gauntlet Shooter. And then for rank 5s, we mainly have just the Adrius and then the double Bram, but just for the restriction on Shadow Vampire. But on the off chance, we also run 1 Volcasaurus, because it's really good. And then rank 4s, on Common Line, you're able to go into that, but also just on a Zombie Master player or anything of that like. We're running a Papal, a Roach, and a Maestroke, which I actually think I might take out the Roach for a black ship. But, yeah, I figured I'd just show this off because I think this is about as solid as I'm going to be able to get it at the current time until people find out really good text for the deck. This is still extremely new. It was just put on DevPro, I think, yesterday. So this is what we have. But I'm enjoying it. One of my friends, his favorite card is Vampire Lord, so he's really excited for the archetype, and I kind of wanted to, again, throw a deck together for him, so he can, enjoy it and just have a good basis for himself to go off of. But yeah, again, this is Sermon of the Yugi Cast, and as usual, please like, comment, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you guys in another video. Talk to you guys later. Bye.